Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a little bit of a sad video. Even though it's relatively old news in terms of people who are chronically online. Um, I know I don't have to talk about I, I'm not known, so I'm not trying to be like, I have to talk about it, but, I think, even though this video is not going to be, long at all, I still do kind of want to, discuss this, because there are some aspects to it that, are kind of annoying, to be honest, but, overall, it's just sad, so I don't know if I said this already, but, Oliver Tree, an American singer slash songwriter, has died because he was in Brazil, somewhere in Brazil, I'm pretty sure, and he was in a helicopter, and apparently it just kind of fell down onto the ground, and he died. Well, yeah, but it's very just unfortunate in general. I found that out last Sunday, obviously just like anyone else did, and it caught me off guard. Like sometimes you just don't expect people to die anytime soon, and then stuff like this happens, and it's like it really puts into perspective of damn, nobody is guaranteed to live for long, it's just absurd and scary at the same time. And I'm pretty sure he was on tour. I don't know for sure, but it seemed like he was on tour down in South America when it happened, so that's definitely unfortunate as hell. But I just want to kind of talk about my endeavor with his music, because I did listen to his music. I did like it for the most part when I listened to him, but I listened to him pre-COVID and during COVID, and it was always mainly the songs where he had the tracksuit, like that purple and pink tracksuit on with the sunglasses. Those were the songs that I mainly listened to. And then after that, I kind of stopped listening to him, because I was just kind of like, every song kind of starts to mesh together. Like he has that kind of singing style where he just kind of yells, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but after a while, all of his songs kind of just kind of blended together. Where they all kind of sound the same to me, personally, but, I understand that people do like his music, and I'm not trying to say it's bad, I'm just kind of saying, I didn't particularly care for it, and I hope that's a fair statement to say. I don't dislike his music, but there were songs when I listened to him after a while where it's just like, alright, I get the gist. Just, I don't know, not my cup of tea, but, I did really enjoy a couple of his songs, like, Alien Boy. And I'm honestly just so terrible at remembering songs, but there's one with a music video where he was sitting down, and there's he was in hell or something. There's flames all around him and all that shit, and plenty of other songs. Trust me, I've listened to Oliver Tree before. I'm drawing a blank. Okay, I'm not trying to low as a fucking Oliver Tree fan, please. I just sincerely have forgotten song names. I did enjoy Life Goes On when that came out, and then it kind of blew up on TikTok, and then became fucking annoying after that, so, there's that. But yeah, so I guess I want to talk about another aspect that doesn't really relate to Oliver Tree. And I'm not going to talk about the record label, whatever it is, company that, he got away from, and then they had something to possibly do with his death. Israel shit, I guess. I'm not going to open that can of worms at all. But I do want to discuss, whenever an artist dies, for some reason, you know, people will see people online just being like, oh man, like, it sucks. It sucks that he's dead, or they're dead, or she's dead, you know? Gone too soon, and then there's always people who are just like, why is everyone all of a sudden a big fan of this person? Like, guys, I get it, he died, but like, you don't have to fucking like, you know, hate him so much, you know? It's just like, so, you know, you don't have to like somebody's music or like what they've done to understand that you can have basic sympathy for someone who died, you know? That's just a silly thing to say. And, you know, I saw other people too just specifying at a certain point with Olive Tree, like, listen, I didn't really care for his music, but it's like, I'm gonna stop you right there. You don't have to mention the fact that you liked his music or not, okay? Like, and I know that I kind of did the same shit at the beginning of my video, but first off, it's my video, so shut up. And I'm just, you know, I'm just kind of talking about my experience with me listening to Oliver Tree. You know, just saying in general, I did particularly like his music for the most part, but yeah, I just thought, you know, it would have been a nice touch to say like, yeah, I've listened to him, I'm not LARPing, I'm not trying to be like, oh man, this person who I've never listened to before died, I'm going to pretend to be sad about it. Well, like, you know, even if you've never listened to someone before, it does not mean that you can't be upset about it. You know, you can hear about an artist, for an example, and when they die, if they die, unfortunately, then it's like, oh, that's unfortunate. You can be upset about it. Not like on a personal level, but it's just kind of like, oh man, my entire day's ruined. Like, when I saw that Oliver Tree died, I was like, I was pretty upset. You know, it was a shock to me. But you know, I'm not a fan of his. You know, he doesn't know that I exist, obviously. So, you know, I was like, oh damn, that's, you know, not in a way where I'm sounding like where it's like I'm being forced to say it, but like I was like, damn, you know, that's fucking unfortunate. Rest in peace. But yeah, I mean, my eye is so itchy right now. I'm sorry. There's something in my eye. Okay, back to the topic. But you know, I've just seen so many people like specifying if they listen to his music or not. It's like, guys, like, he was a human being. You know, I know he is most known for being like a musician, right? Like an artist, like a song singer, like a songwriter and all that shit, but nobody really cares if you listen to his music, alright? Like, let's just throw that out into the open, alright? Like, you don't have to specify, like, yeah, I dabbled. It's just, like I said, nobody cares. It's just weird that people had to, like, specify that if they liked his music or not. It's just, it's such a non-issue. It's just like, please just like understand that you can just say like, ah, oh, damn, he died or she died, rest in peace. That's really unfortunate. But yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to repeat myself. I don't know if I have or had any other points that I wanted to discuss, but yeah, that's it pretty much. Again, overall, just, you know, still shocking, you know. I really, you know, it sucks when you hear like someone die in general, but like especially under the age of like 50 or something like that. Like that's like, you haven't even lived like half your life yet at that point. Yeah, I mean, if you're lucky and live it to 100, but you know, it's really unfortunate. Sorry, I just got out of work and I'm very tired. And dehydrated, so that's why I've been fumbling over my words, but yeah. So anyways, that will do it for this video. Hopefully, you know, you guys enjoyed for some reason. Be sure to like and subscribe. Wow, I don't think I've ever like asked anybody to like, yo guys, like and subscribe, and then the first video I do it on, it's like, yeah, so someone died. Like, that's so fucked up. But either way, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.